that's what that room is needed.
Let our hearts not be hardened. To those living on the margins, there is room at the table for everyone. This is where it all begins. This is how we gather in. There is room at the table for everyone. Too long we have wandered, burdened and undone, but there's room at the table for everyone. Let us sing the new world in. This is how it all begins. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, there is room at the table for everyone. Here and now we can be the beloved community. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the table for everyone. Let our hearts not be hardened. To those living in the margins, there is room at the table for everyone. 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 Dennis sent that to us. It's a song about being loving and generous and including everyone. All right.
Goodbye, Joe. We gotta go, me oh my oh. We gotta go, poor people down the bayou. My Bob, the sweetest one, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, we're gonna have a good fun down on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of me, oh. Big guitar, feel fruit jar, and big ale. Son of a gun, we're gonna have a big fun down on the bayou. Tippy dope, funk to know the place be buzzing. Kinfolk come to see him on by the dozen. Dress in style, go hog wild, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, we're gonna have a big fun down on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya, crawfish pie, feeling gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of me oh. Big guitar, fill fruit jar, and big ale. Son of a gun, we're gonna have a big fun down on the bayou. Settle down, far from town, get me a pirogue, and I'll catch all them fish on that bayou. Swap my mother by Yvonne, what she need. Son of a gun, we're gonna have a bigger fun on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of me, yo. Big guitar, fill fruit jar, and big ale. Son of a gun, we're gonna have a big fun down on the bayou. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun down on the bayou. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Hey, yes, Sheriff. Fun one to sing and play.
We've been missing Bob, so we've been doing some Bob songs.
Yeah.
And so just shout out to Bob. Wish he was here singing it with us.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. We we did that a little. Rick did Swing Low last week, and we had Amazing Grace on bagpipes. So this week we just kind of mashed them together a little bit. Nope.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
So I'll tell you that this morning I woke up at 5:45, and I had lost something. And it was like everything I had on my mind today that I wanted to do was put on the afterburner, trying to figure out what it is I lost, which is about $3,500 cash. So I didn't know where I put it, you know, St. Anthony, you know, from the Catholic Church. I didn't talk to him a little bit, and maybe he can help me out. But I ended up writing a little note down that I said, you know, I wrote down a little note, you know, where, you know, help me find where it is, thank you. You know, wrote it down, put it in my little box, and 5 minutes later, popped up. So today's a good day. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore. So come on in, everybody. You got time? Grab a little brochure. We're good. Thanks for coming. Find a seat. All right, so thank you, everybody, for coming to the Unity of Gulfport. And make sure you turn off your cell phone if you would. No distractions. So I saw we have some music night on Friday. You going to be here, Sherry? You going to be here for Friday? Very awesome. Good. All right, so if you would, let's stand up and get funky with I Am the Thinker. Going to start clogging when listening to that thing. You know? It's a good song. It's got some Irish backing in there somewhere. Clogging? We'll do that later. Okay, out there. I'm sure you got a couple set of some wood shoes for me. All right, so now let's think for a little while and do some praying here. We're going to do our opening prayer, everybody. So quietly, why don't we close your eyes so we can pray and listen to the words that are written in front. Let's start taking with a nice deep breath in. Let's do that. So we pray. We open our hearts and minds to receive divine inspiration this morning at this very special place and time. May we allow Spirit to inform us of what is ours to release and what is ours to embrace. We open up and we release and we receive as Spirit moves in, around, and through us. We are grateful for this glorious morning and all those who are serving today for their gifts and talents. May we each be blessed in a very special way. We want to welcome everybody to Unity. Anybody new here? Show of hands. We have any new people that came in? Oh my God, we've got a new person. And would you like to share your name, where you're from? All right, cool. Did you get a little welcome? Hey, hello, Angela. And you new too? Hold on. So, Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, we got to, are you going to, so that's you say your sister? Awesome. As you should. Good. So did you get a little, there's a little welcome card in the back, and you can fill it out. There's a little perforation on there. You can throw your name in the offering plate with a $100 bill. And then, if you want, we won't pester you here at all. But if you want to throw it in there and get a little insight, find out what our website's about, and go to our YouTube channel and see me every other Sunday, you can do that. So thanks for coming here, and it's good. We love Unity. Unity is an amazing place that we accept whoever your God is, he's welcome here too, you know? So come on in and enjoy it. We love it. We love it here. So thank you. So we're in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's 40, right? I-40. I remember going through Knoxville. There was a hill. Maybe it was Chattanooga, and there was a girl parked there. I was 18 years old. She was parked on the right, and I said, I was going all the way to New York, so I said, I could use some company. So I pulled up there next to her, and she turned to me, and she had a beard. And so, and he says, where are you going? I said, well, where are you going? He said, I'm going to Binghamton, New York. I said, well, this is your lucky day. And we drove from Knoxville to Binghamton. And very awesome. Times have changed. I let him drive and everything, and I was sleeping. That was back then. Anyway, so I've welcomed you all, and now we'll get back to affirmations and stuff. How about that? So our weekly affirmations are amazing. We put them out there, and they come back, like mine did today. Our weekly affirmation is that we come together to affirm and celebrate our unity and our oneness with each other, with the source of all that is. In that spirit of unity where we are, let us pause to unfold in light and love of all people in our community and in our world, from Knoxville or Ocean Springs. The candle of unity, it signifies the light within each of us and our connection to the source of all that is. Just like that sun out there this morning, I was sitting out there. Who was right there with you? We sat out there looking at the sun, taking it all in. And then we started talking about skin cancer, right? Crazy. Don't call that in. So the light, the candle of unity, it signifies that light within us and the source that is. And let us affirm this faith that we have in this affirmation, which is, Lord, we're going to read this all together. Sing it all together, or say it all together. I have faith that God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. I have faith that God provides ways when to human sense there is no way. I have faith that God is guiding me in all ways. My health, my happiness, and success are assured. Now we get to stand again, if you can, if you like. Another rockin' song here. I am free, I am unlimited. Enjoy. Please stand.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now.
That violin sounded really good. Very good. We have some great music here for our friends from Ocean Springs and Knoxville that kind of gets me connected to the Spirit through that frequency that gets put out. Plus, a little bit, Miss Judy will be coming up here and giving you some more spiritual stuff. So enjoy. So now, we get the word of the day. I just dropped this. Something's in the way in there. It doesn't fit. So right now, we have our daily word and then announcements and upcoming events after. So please, Miss Terrific Tammy, come on up here. She'll do the daily word. She'll give us some compassion.
Okay, so you ever have those people in your life that you love to hate on? You ever notice that? So I have somebody that I love to hate on all the time, and this goes, I have my own world wrestling thing going on, a throat punch and all of this. This all goes on in my head. I think about this. So I have that opportunity quite frequently. In fact, I am the thinker of my thoughts, but you don't even want to know what goes on in there. So then I'm thinking those thoughts, and I had some throat punches going on and some headlocks and all of this, and the phone rang, and it was, can you do the daily word? And I was, oh, yes, I can. And so the text came through of this, and I pre-read it, and it had my name on every word. And I was like, I need to go to confession and tell somebody, that I won. Like a couple times I was on the ropes and I was coming down with the elbow thing, and then there's something nice that goes on. But I am the thinker of my own thoughts. And part of becoming a diamond is realizing when you need to make changes. So I realize that, and the universe always talks to you and always tells you very important things, and this is one of them. Today's word of the day is compassion. I clothe myself in thoughts of compassion. I may struggle to feel compassionate, especially when I feel angry. If another's hurtful words or hostile actions seem cruel or unjust, I may feel tempted to respond in kind. However, striking back does not end conflicts or heal relationships. Instead, as I turn within and feel the Christ mind dissolve my anger, I feel calm. At those breakthrough moments, I remember anger doesn't satisfy anyone or solve problems. Regardless of how justified I may feel expressing my upset, It is within my power to choose compassion instead. I will not reciprocate others' hostility. I will instead look beyond their anger to see their struggles. I need not approve their choices to see them as children of God today and every day. Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. Colossians 3, verse 12. Compassion.
All right. Our smart children are going in the back to get some more education. So we've got some announcements to share with you. I talked about music night this Friday, right? Very awesome. It's over in Fellowship Hall. Enjoy that and sing along and dance if you like, and get up and sing with the band if you want. But they put a lot of work together to make that happen. So we appreciate it. I do immensely.
And we start good and early, y'all, because it's 6 to 7:30. Because I know about y'all, but my bedtime's not too far after 8 o'clock. So
7:31. All right. So come, be there before 6. Fellowship a little bit, and start singing. It's going to be awesome. Always is. Miss Judy is bringing up information about the Unity Foundations class that she will teach and can be taken for C, acronym for Spiritual Education and Enrichment credits, with Unity Worldwide Ministries out of Kansas City. They will be held online in the month of May. Just look at your bulletin for more details on that. And certainly ask Miss Judy if you're interested in that education. It's awesome stuff. Now, one big announcement is that due to our summer plans and how nice it is, on Sunday and things like that, we got a new thing happening, is that we're not going to be having food and stuff in our fellowship hall after our services. Due to the summer plans and other Sunday afternoon activities, with the weather being amazing, we are suspending the after-church refreshments and fellowship for now. That's all good. And we will reevaluate as time goes on when to reinstate it. But for now, if you would like to get together for coffee, we always have some ready before church. So come early and mill about in the fellowship hall there. And if you have any, now we're going into prayer requests for those that are new. If you have any prayer requests, there's a little box, a wooden box back there. You can put your prayer in there, and that'll go to our team here to pray for you, and also to go to a place we call Silent Unity, if you haven't heard about that, where your prayer will go to where there's about 280 people up in Kansas City and maybe remotely now that pray for 30 days what your prayer is. So it's very powerful. I believe in it. I've seen it. And so that box back there is a good starting point. If you want to write it in there, I need a little help with something, put your name in there or not, and our team here will review those and pray for you here. Now, I get to introduce the speaker. And the speaker is Reverend Judy. And she's going to come up and give us some good stuff. So, Reverend Judy, come on up.
Thank you, Doug. That was nice and lively, wasn't it? Yes, it's supposed to be. We're positive. Good morning, everybody. And for those of you who have never been here before, welcome. I was born in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, so I am very familiar with Knoxville. My husband and I moved here along with Katrina. We came at the same time, 2005. We still lived in that area and just moved here, been here. That's almost 20 years, isn't it? My goodness, where's the time gone? Seems like yesterday. Well, that was brilliant, Tammy, what you shared with us, and we appreciate that. We appreciate humility and to acknowledge that none of us are perfect. And we challenge each other here to remind us of when we've been triggered, when we need the daily word and need to read a little bit about compassion or any other word that has been given to us. And just a very brief word about Unity, if you're not familiar. It was founded in around the late 1800s by a couple who, one was healed from her tuberculosis. They continued and saw that there were so many people in the world that wanted positive, they called it positive Christianity at that time. They wanted positive words. They took the words of Jesus, that were the words of Jesus, rather than the words about Jesus, where Jesus said, "You are the light, and you can do as I do." And they took that seriously, took his other words, and in some cases took the Bible metaphysically and symbolically. And it is what we do today. This morning, we know that there are a lot of challenges out there. You may even have a specific prayer request you'd like us to pray for here. If anything that you'd like us to pray for, we know that Christy is the principal at a special needs school, and we know that she and all of her teachers need prayer to get them through the rest of the year, and all schools, all teachers, all everywhere. Not just that. And we celebrated with Micah last week, Christy's daughter, that she's now going to be a drum major, and we're just so proud of her. Not surprised a bit. Anyone have a specific prayer request you'd like to share? Yes, Tony.
Just continued prayers for my brother Gary and his family.
Tony's
For
brother,
healing.
Gary, and family for healing. Where does Gary live?
Tampa. In Tampa.
Tampa. I didn't realize that. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, Sean.
Gee, I don't have a prayer request, but I'd like to tell everybody I pulled up some passion flower vines, and they're in a basket on the steps,
Okay.
and please help yourself. I put a little note what sun they like and all that kind of stuff.
They're passion flowers?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we need some of those, don't we? A lot of passion. Okay, and they're on the steps. Anybody that wants any, I'll be sure to take some. I always love to put new flowers in my garden. Okay, all right. Charles.
An update on prayer for my beloved Red Bear, my cat boy. Prayers work. We know they work. And sometimes we see instant results. And when we see instant results, we think, well, it's done. Caveat being, you have to stay in prayer. And maintain those thoughts. And know that it needs to be maintained because things will happen, but you're going to be challenged still. They may not happen quite the way that you want them to in terms of the consistency of it continuing, especially when you're dealing with my Red Bear, who's had some trauma. So anyway, it was a reminder to me to stay in prayer, no matter what it is you're praying for who or for what. Always kind of maintain it in your, not in words or thoughts, just in feeling about what you're going for. So I just want to share that because it's a challenge when you really love somebody, when you really love your cat or your dog. I mean, it's a serious thing. So anyway, I just want to share that. Thank y'all so much because it's really helped me to know that I have the support and to remind me to keep praying, to keep the thoughts going.
Amen. Prayer works for certain, and we know that, and our lives change the moment we recognize that our thoughts are what keep us held back a lot of the times, if we can just change those. And then thoughts are also creative. We can become co-creators with God when we keep our thoughts positive. So if you would just, where you are, if you would just sit comfortably, take a deep breath. Shoulders up, stomach in. Just kidding. That's me. That's a reminder for me. That shoulders up. And the reason is we say shoulders up, that's because you can breathe more easily if your shoulders are up. Breathing in, the breath is so important. Breathe in. Anytime you find yourself in a challenging situation, take a moment, take a pause, and just breathe. Breathe in, settle in, decide for a moment, I will not be triggered by this. The breath is very, very important. Breathing in, taking part of this life. So we allow our focus to relax, relaxing the muscles around the eyes, and I find that allows my focus to go inward instead of an outer focus. I breathe in love and life and the great mystery of God. And breathing out, I breathe out anything, any thoughts, feelings, whatever I do not want to hold within at this time. As we say thank you to the great mystery, God, Allah. The creator, the source, the energy of all that is. For this life. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this light that is within each and every one of us. That allows us to align with our higher power. We say thank you for all the good that has come into our lives. We say thank you for this group of people with which we may commune, these people who remind us that we each have a light within and we may turn to it at any time. We say thank you for the reminder of the power of prayer, to which we may turn at any time. That prayer may be a simple word, help. We may pray that our pain will cease. We may pray that the answer will come to a challenge in our lives. We pray for a loved one for their healing. And we pray for the world, that peace will come. And in this praying, we pray for all of those who are recovering from things they choose not to even name. We place them there too, in the sacred space, in this circle, in this sacred space and time. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and I quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love in this moment. In this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. We started a class this week, and as a matter of fact, we've just barely started. It's a 5 weeks class. If anyone would like to join, you may. Just email me, catch me before we leave here today, and you may do that. It's hybrid, and we will meet on Zoom sometimes. Some of the work will be, you can post it on a special group on Facebook that we're creating. And you may send the assignments to me by email if you'd prefer, the old-fashioned way, whatever works. We're going to make it work for everyone. It's the first class that they teach at Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. And I also any spiritual minister or licensed Unity teacher can teach it. And so I've offered it here because we had several people that were interested. And one of the texts, there are two texts in the class. One of them is Lessons in Truth by Emily Cady. And this book came along, in the early 1900s when the founders, they knew Emily Cady. She was also a New Thought teacher, and they saw how prolific she was with her writings and able to condense things down so that you could understand them. They had a lot of writings, but there was just a big collection, and they wanted to teach this first class in Unity, and they asked her if she would write this little book, and she did. And it is in exclusive language, like you would expect back in the 1900s, but it's so much truth within it, so much truth. So I decided today to just give a talk on back to basics, and my husband reminded me of Vince Lombardi when after a season when his team had really let him down at the end of the season, and they had a pretty disappointing loss when they should have had a win. So when they went to summer camp, he said, "Okay, guys, let's start with the basics. This is a football." So I thought that's what we would start with today too. I remembered too, I was thinking this morning about the program that Bob Newhart used to have on television. Anybody remember it? He was a psychologist, and he had become so worn out for listening to people's problems for years, yet they wouldn't do anything about it. They would just come back to him the following week with a different scenario, a different problem, but it was basically the same thing. It was them not ever taking his advice. And so he decided on a new tactic. He just wasn't going to do that anymore. He was just going to charge $5, and they'd get to ask him one thing. And so they'd come back. This first one comes in, and she's got all kinds of stuff she's going on about. He said, "No, hold up. Just, that's a minute. That's enough. That's all I need to hear. Just stop," is what he told her. Just stop. "Okay, now that'll be $5, he said. And you know, we find when we really look at the principles of truth and how we can change our lives, we do find that there's a great truth in that. And a lot of times we just need to stop, don't we? Just stop all those thoughts. Just stop all the chaos. Step away from the drama. Refuse to be involved in it, whoever it involves. Step away from it. Step away from the negative thinking and the chaos. I had a friend from ministerial school that shared that she had reached a point in her life, and this was like 30 years before she decided to go into Unity ministry. She had reached a point where she just felt like her life it was hopeless. She had no self-confidence. She didn't think she could do anything. Her self-esteem was zero. And someone invited her to a Unity church. And she said she never stepped away from it. Every Sunday she's able, every chance she gets, she goes, because they remind her of who she truly is. And that's not the human experience we're having. It's who she truly is her, the divine within her, her higher self. And then we get all bogged down with the human stories, don't we? And sometimes we forget that the Quakers say there's a light within you, and you can use it. I've always loved that about the Quakers, that they believe there is a light inherent within each of us, just like Jesus had. I think that's powerful. We teach that too, as a matter of fact. So Karen said that she was my friend, that one of the things that touched her most, though, was the class in Lessons in Truth. And one of the first things she learned was bondage or liberty. That is the first chapter in Lessons in Truth. Do you want to live in bondage or do you want liberty? And according to Emily Cady, in entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, as far as possible, clear out any previous theories, beliefs, or thoughts. You do not want to be putting new wine into old wine skins. I love it when she says that. Any new thoughts about what, and you might say, well, what about what's going on in the world? Hold on a minute. Just stop. As Bob Newhart says, let's not put any old wine into new wineskins. Let's claim it all. Let's claim healing for ourselves. Let's first claim healing in our own minds. And she said to go from bondage to liberty is to simply accept that you can change your mind. Isn't that cool? Wow, wouldn't that be cool? You can change your mind about something and change the situation immediately. Immediately. You can stop the negative thoughts just like that. Now, I admit it's harder in the middle of the night, okay? When you're going over something over and over and over and over again, a little bit harder to do that, but you can, to stop those negative thoughts. And she said that is one way to go from bondage to liberty. And I love the songs you chose this morning. Thank you for doing that. I Am the Thinker goes right along with that message, doesn't it? And the other one, I am unfree, I am unlimited. Indeed. I was thinking as we were singing it, those were perfect for the lesson for today. We can choose our thoughts. We can choose our thoughts. The other textbook in this class is that Unity has chosen for their foundations class is Discover the Power Within You by Eric Butterworth. And he was a Unity minister and taught mostly in the 70s. And one of my favorite essays that he wrote is the True Point of Beginning. And in it, he says that if you're a surveyor, you have a specific place that you are to begin, right? It's a certain geographic location, and it has a whole lot of numbers behind it. North, east, south, west, and all these other minutes and all those things. Very, very specific. And he said that the true point of beginning for us is very similar to what Emily Cady said, and that is that we recognize that Jesus was not the great exception. Rather, he was an example, and he came to tell us that we could change our thoughts. We can start over again and again and again. He taught that we have the ability within us at any moment to connect with God, to align with God. And once you know that, you can begin to perfect that, and you can begin to enhance and deepen your faith and your trust by practicing it. First, we practice through stillness in the quiet time. We practice through prayer and meditation and going within. We go into our heart and we connect with the divine. When we lived in Kingston, Tennessee, down by Watts Bar Lake, I had a friend who was also a prayer and meditation partner with me. And she would take her prayer list in the morning. Here was the practice that she did. She had to have the house quiet. Her husband had to be gone because he was loud and noisy. And so after he would leave, he left before she did. She needed the house to be quiet. And so she would sit with her prayer list. And on her prayer list, she had the various names or needs that she had written. And as she's going into meditation and thinking about each of these names on this prayer list, she would get a message about each and every one of them. It was very, very powerful. She shared that with me, and I appreciated it so much, and I remember it even to this day. When I'm troubled about someone or something or a challenge in the world, I'll just go mentally through my list and see what Spirit has to say for me today. And if you will listen closely enough, you will hear. You will always hear. And after a time in the quiet, you will find, no matter the outer circumstances going on, you'll find you'll be at peace. You'll find that your breathing is slowed, you're calm, your heartbeat has even slowed a little bit. You're calmer, more peaceful, and at ease. We talked a little bit this morning in our before church discussion group about the fact that when we are co-creating our lives with God, our higher power, that our lives don't become perfect, but we do have the tools to navigate through the old problems that may have shut us down at one time. And we have more tools to get us through. And plus, having a co-creation process to our thoughts, we find that when we're not thinking in a negative mode all the time, but we're looking for something better. Say we've been out of work for a long time and we're sitting around saying, I will never get a job. I will never get a job. When we can change that too, using an affirmation, which is one of the things that we recommend here. My new job, my new perfect job is just around the corner. It's coming to me now. You will find that the more positive you are, then that a lot of circumstances will physically change too. Not just the way you look at them, but you will find that materially they will change. I mentioned this morning too in our discussion group about the first step with AA is to recognize and surrender. And in AA, I'm told that they say the first step is to admit and surrender to the fact that you have not been able to get away from this. Usually it's an addiction. You have not been able to claim that on your own, so you've turned to a higher power for help with that. And that's wonderful. You say, I have not been able to help myself with this addiction. I am going to turn to my higher power for help with that. We also claim here that the higher power that we turn to is not the one that we grew up with, the one that was punishing, and the one that if we were good, and then we would be rewarded, and if we were bad, we would be punished forever by a very judgmental God. And I was thinking of that song, oh gosh, now it's left my mind, sorry, about Santa and the child. Better watch out, you better be good, you better not cry, you better not pout. Santa Claus is coming to town. Well, that was the sort of God we worshiped, or we were told about, isn't it? You better be good, and you better not pout. You better behave. For goodness sakes, yes. Thank you. And that's not what we teach here. Sin and especially, being punished and having something held on to over the time. That, that there's a Santa out there watching you, and you may be punished after this life because you weren't good enough. Right? There was another song that came to my mind this morning as I was thinking about the true point of beginning and back to the basics, and I was thinking about the spiritual journey and what brings people sometimes to their knees and to begin a spiritual journey is that they recognize their lives have not worked out for them the way they are. They're not happy. Sometimes it'll happen after a significant loss, an illness, whatever it is that came. There's a recognition that my life isn't working the way it should have. And there was the song, I believe it was Peggy Lee that sang it, "Is This All There Is?" Whoever wrote that had come to the point in their lives, hadn't they, where they'd tried all the material things they could think of to think and grow rich, or whatever that is. And that's not a bad book, actually. But back from the 60s and the 70s and the later 20th century, that seemed to be the theme of life, was to drive a bigger car, have a bigger house, and then you've made it. You've really, really made it if you've got all those material things and more money. And I think that's why this song was written, is this all there is to life? And that's where a lot of people come to when they want more. They want more, they want a richness, they want something deeper, and you can have it. You can have it every single moment. And you don't have to be any specific place or a sacred temple or any place else. All you need is to be able to say, God and I are one. I have the light within me. If I change my thoughts, I can change my life. And to start to realize and be aware. And that's what you do. Do we become perfect? No. But we do start to notice ourselves when we're getting off track. And you're thinking, okay, I'm off track here. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. I've got this feeling about that situation or that person or that thing. And then you recognize, okay, I can change that. I can change that. I'm going to change it right now. And all it takes is just a sliver of willingness to turn your life around and to allow God in and to allow the light in. It's just a sliver of willingness. Marianne Williamson talks a lot about being willing to turn your life around, being willing to allow love to come into your life and be the source of all that matters. So I guess the words I would say to you this morning is to remember we start again, we begin again every single moment. It's never too late. You can start right where you are and change your life. All you need to do is to decide. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your time.
All right. That was awesome. I thought maybe think about when I was a contractor at Northrop Grumman, I made a mistake on an estimate for about, I don't know, some $5,000-$10,000, and I knew it at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I knew I had this problem, and I had to tell my boss, but I stewed on it all night until 8 o'clock the next morning, and I said, I made a mistake on the estimate. He said, how long have you known about it? I said, since last night, 4 o'clock. He said, why didn't you call me then? He said, bad news doesn't get better with time. So I stewed on that. And then just telling him it was 50% of the problem was over. And then we started working on how to fix it, which is good. So thank you, Miss Judy. I always love listening to you. Here, everybody's coming back in? They coming in now? A few more coming? Okay. Here they come. They get to go around and make the collection, so we'll just give them a few seconds. Come on in. Come on. There we go. All right, thank you, Miss Nay, and all the wonderful students. So now we're going to do, what are we going to do? Oh, thank you for everyone for a beautiful service. That's the script here. Now, we give expression to our appreciation for all that is offered here at Unity and Gulfport. Please take your offering in your hands and say along with me. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust in God. Thank you.
I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love.
Beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, great music, great music. So it's my pleasure again and honor this morning to express deep, deep gratitude for all that is offered here and these tithes and offerings that go so far, allowing us to do our mission, to serve our purpose, and being here. We are most grateful. We just ask that these tithes and offerings would be blessed and used for the absolute highest good. Amen. Now, kids, come on down. We're going to bless you. Okay, now we do this with meaning, and okay. Oh, and some of us want our mommy. Yeah, let her down. We just, as we allow the sacred energy to come into our own hearts, this passion for these young people at this point in their lives, we just pray the absolute best for them, and therefore we give this blessing to them. We love you.
We bless you.
We appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you, empowering you to do great things. And so it is. All of these kids are so good in their classwork and make exceptional grades, don't you, Alyssa? Yes, ma'am.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
And I didn't notice till I already started that I was on the wrong